Hey Faeria friends, Matrien here, and today I'm here to help you as a new player optimize your time and effort as you enter the world of Faeria. This video will cover all features and game modes in the base version, what it means to upgrade to premium, and tips on how to quickly earn a complete card collection. Stay tuned for follow-up videos that cover each available DLC expansion, as well as beginner deck archetypes. And feel free to skip ahead to a specific topic using the timestamps in the description, and be sure to join our community on the Faeria Discord server and the Faeria Hub, both linked below. So, the base version of Faeria includes full access to all game modes, as well as some basic starter decks. You can jump straight into dozens of hours of solo content, team up with friends for co-op adventures, or challenge other players in casual and ranked modes. No matter what you choose to do, you'll earn new cards along the way by two main sources, crafting charges and battle chests, so let's explore both. You can craft specific non-legendary cards by clicking this purple hammer icon in your collection. Here's the catch though, you have timed crafting charges. They max out at 6 and you regenerate 1 charge every 6 hours. It feels like a free-to-play gimmick at first, but if you can overlook that, it's quite appealing to craft full 3-card sets of competitive cards for your main PvP decks. So be sure to remember to check your available charges every time you log in. You'll earn battle chests for nearly everything you do in Faeria, and you can open them on this screen. Since Faeria is a buy-to-play experience, you'll never receive extra copies. Instead, each battle chest will contain 4 copies of cards you do not own, from common to legendary value. So open these chests to your heart's content until you have a full collection. And speaking of a full collection, with the base version of Faeria, you should be able to achieve completion within a few weeks of regular play, but honestly don't worry about it too much. During the free-to-play era, I played regularly for over a year without a full collection and did just fine. Early on, you'll discover which deck archetypes resonate with you, and you can craft cards that fit as you go. However, if you want to accelerate your collection growth, consider upgrading to a premium account. For an additional price, you'll gain everything on screen. The most critical of these premium benefits for collectors is the double experience, which pretty much cuts the time to completion in half, as you level up faster and thus earn more battle chests. The 10 extra deck slots is a convenience for competitive players who have many specific decks saved, but honestly not a big deal in my opinion. I learn a lot more by deleting my decks and building them again from scratch. The premium card back and golden logo are simple cosmetics, while the 4,000 gems are an in-game currency used exclusively for buying cosmetics, mythic chests, and the daily services of Goki, a character who basically accelerates the growth of your shards, a slightly more versatile in-game currency. I'll explain those a bit more when we take a look at the in-game shop. But while we're on this screen, you'll notice you can also open mythic chests here. I'll open one right now so you can see what's inside. These contain cosmetics, lore pages, and mythic copies of cards, essentially shiny golden versions. It's a strictly cosmetic feature, but as a new player, keep in mind that these count separately from your basic cards in your collection. There's even a button that lets you toggle on and off mythic cards. So if you only have 2 basic Grove Guardians and 1 mythic Grove Guardian, you can use all 3 in one deck. Most of the time I find that around 3 out of 4 items in my mythic chests will be mythic versions of cards, so if there's a specific cosmetic you want, you're often better off buying it outright in the shop. Before we move on to each game mode, let's cover the daily benefits. First, there are the daily login rewards. Now, your grid will look much different from my own, most likely full of battle chests, but since I have a full collection, they default to shards. Kinda clunky seeing a grid full of the same reward though. Unlike some other games, you don't need to worry about missing a day, since your grid is personalized and doesn't move with any calendar. If you don't play for a week, you'll pick up right where you left off. Next up are the daily quests. You get 1 each day and they max out at 3. You'll always have 1 lore quest each day, which we'll cover in a bit. These quests are so easy to knock out, and you can even re-roll 1 per day for quests that fit better with what you're playing. Just don't try to knock these out in practice mode, as they won't trigger there. Moving on to features and game modes, let's open up our collection. You can build custom decks by clicking the blue button in the bottom right. Your deck limit is 30, but you can add as many as you like while you're brainstorming. Before you leave, you can right-click any card and press this button to make it your deck cover. The decimal number in this Faeria orb represents the average cost of all the cards in your deck. Some cheap yellow rush decks can be under 3, while more greedy control decks can be well over 4, but most tend to fall between 3 and 4. I can't tell you how long it took for me to realize what that number meant, so I hope it's helpful. You can also right-click any deck and assign custom cosmetics to them. Playing a mono red deck, you can assign a cipher set to it, or maybe just keep the starter cosmetics to throw off your opponents. A quick tip for searching your collection: you can type keywords like legendary or the name of specific card sets like Oversky or Resurgence to distill your list quickly. We already touched on the purple crafting hammer, so let's turn it last to the lore book. This is a fairly recent feature that both showcases the HD artwork and artist names, as well as a bit of flavor text for each card. Pages can be collected through daily lore quests, which require you to play a certain card 3 times, or as random drops in Mythic Chests. Some are quite fascinating, while others are a bit shallow. I believe the idea was for most of the story of Faeria to be told passively through these pages, though if you don't collect specific pages, you may be left hanging for months about what actually happened during or after a specific expansion. Just a slight personal peeve, but I still appreciate that they're allocating some time to these. For the last of the top left buttons, we have the in-game store. Here you can spend your shards and gems on cosmetic sets, individual pieces, mythic chests, or Goki. When you buy a cosmetic set, like for Shara, you gain exclusive access to that character's custom emotes. They only work if you have the set, but the set should be discounted accordingly if you happen to own any of its component pieces already. There are tabs for card backs, wells, orbs, and avatars. You can set them to your character by clicking the avatar in the top right corner of the main page. Goki's services are a great value. He'll give you a lump sum of shards upfront and dole out shards daily for a month. If you miss a day of logging in, don't worry. Goki saves them up and gives you a bundle all at once. Lastly, Mythic Chests, as we saw, are essentially cosmetic loot boxes, containing mostly mythic cards, but cosmetics and lore pages as well. You can also use real-world money to purchase gems here, if you're interested in buying specific cosmetics or mythic chests right away. Back to the main page, click on Play to access the game modes. Let's start with Adventure, which focuses on solo and co-op content. Missions are beginner-friendly and contain a balance of AI battles and puzzles. While they reward you with battle chests, feel free to move on to other modes if these start to feel too easy or boring. Once your screen shows all wild missions, there is no real reason to continue, though you certainly can if that's your thing. The next 3 adventures can be quite challenging for new players and aren't required to succeed in other modes, though they all offer distinct experiences, so I'll detail each now. Oversky was the first ever Faeria expansion, though it's now officially part of the base version of the game. Since you can earn Oversky cards directly from battle chests and crafting, these co-op battles offer mythic versions of Oversky cards instead. Some battles can be remarkably challenging using an AI co-op partner, so I recommend finding a helpful friend on the Faeria Discord server. World bosses were introduced as an extra challenge for experienced players, and after over 400 hours of play, I still haven't gotten around to defeating them all. You're rewarded with experience and a slight cosmetic bonus to a particular orb as you defeat them, though I only recommend tackling these once you have a better handle on play mechanics and a more robust collection, as you'll often need fairly unconventional decks to defeat them. Dragon's Lair is a series of daily challenges, 2 solo and 1 co-op, that pit you against the power of the 5 dragons. Special battle conditions apply to each challenge, and the enemy dragon decks can contain powerful cards exclusive to Pandora. You're rewarded with experience, battle chests, and points for each victory that add up to earn you dragon-themed cosmetics. Dragon's Lair is a reliable daily method of growing your collection, though you'll likely need the aid of an experienced player. Again, you can find a friend on the Faeria Discord server. Now, onward to battle mode, the heart of competitive Faeria. Choose your deck and click Practice, Casual, or Ranked. Note that Practice mode is versus AI and does not reward you with experience or credit towards your daily quests. In Casual mode, there's a chance you can be matched up against ranked players, and vice versa for queuing into ranked mode. Here's a summary of the rewards you earn for your end of season ranking. The season resets on the first Monday of every month, so plan your time and effort accordingly. When the season resets, you automatically drop back in rank. For example, if you're at rank 9, you'll fall back to 10, but if you end the season at 10, you'll fall back to 15. Some players like me don't really find the time to climb all the way from rank 10 to God rank each month, so I typically play a few games to get me up to rank 9 to ensure I don't fall back, and then I play mostly casual. You earn 1 star for each win, while earning a bonus star for the following: your first win of the day, maintaining a win streak of 3 or more, and keep in mind that win streaks carry over between play sessions, so no worries there. Defeating a player of a much higher rank, though I believe they have to be at least 5 ranks higher than you. So under perfect circumstances, you could earn a max of 4 stars after 1 battle. On the flip side, you lose 1 star for each loss. Next up is Pandora, Faeria's draft mode, with a late game twist of powerful exclusive cards. You can check out my Exploring Pandora video to see how the draft works, as well as a few PvP matches. You start by paying the entry fee to either a standard or mythic run. As a new player, definitely choose standard, as the rewards for winning will help you build your collection. Next step is choosing solo versus AI or PvP. While the rewards are higher for PvP, so are the skills of your opponents. As a new player, solo Pandora versus AI is a great way to earn new cards while experimenting with the entire core card base. Try colors or cards you're not too familiar with. See how they work, or don't work. You'll notice the reward of PP. These are Pandora points. You accumulate them throughout the season, and they're automatically traded in at season end for more rewards, including exclusive Pandora card backs. Once you have a full collection, switch over to Mythic Pandora, which will earn you shards you can spend on cosmetics and Mythic Chests. Last up are puzzles. This is a place to revisit mostly tutorial and genre puzzles you complete in mission mode. You'll see I have the Elements DLC here as well, though I've got to tell you, these puzzles are tough and can be quite intimidating for new players, as well as more experienced ones. But if you're up for the challenge, the rewards are excellent. To get you started on Faeria puzzles, if you're struggling, I have solution videos for both the loyalty patch puzzles and page 1 of Faeria Elements. So that wraps up part 1 of my refreshed Faeria Beginner's Guide. I really hope it helps you out, and please feel free to subscribe for more guides, gameplay, lore stories, and memes. Until next time, Faeria friends, take care, good luck, and have fun.